What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another stream. I'm your host, Avery Austin, where we invite Muslims and Mormons and Jehovah's Witnesses and whoever else it is, but mostly Muslims, to come up and defend their religion or convince me that Christianity is not the truth. So you guys know how this goes. If you guys are new here, make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done that already, and I hope that you are educated in these conversations and that you learn a lot. We're very lighthearted here. We like to have a lot of fun, and I got a good friend of mine here, the Imam of the original Quran only Christians here, joined the kitchen today. What's going on, Imam? You're muted.
What's up, Shake? How you doing, brother?
There we go. Yeah, there we are. I'm good, man. I'm glad that you're here. It's been a while since we've done a duo, hasn't it?
We back. It's the Shake and the Imam for today.
That's right. Someone asked, Avery, are you getting married this year or next year? I'll be getting married next year, guys. Next year in March. So about 6 months from now. All right. Thanks for that question. But yeah, guys, or you know what, Imam, I'll let you do the job, man. We'll tell them what the deal is, and you know how this goes.
I think I'm gonna have to address the audience here for you, my dear brother.
Yeah.
So y'all need to show my brother Logic some love up in this place. Y'all need to 434 that like button. That's right. Treat that button like you fear disobedience. But we don't want you breaking that like button. Just grab that miswak and just tap that like button, all right? Don't be just smashing it with your hands. Just tap it with that miswak. Because if you don't, we secretly know you kissed that black stone. Don't out yourself, y'all.
Don't out yourself. Don't hock two on that stone, man. So everybody that's under the sound of our voices, you know that you're in here. You hear us? Hit the like button. It helps put the stream in the algorithm and helps people see that we're live. It helps YouTube push it when it sees that there are a lot of people supporting it. So it's a fun way of us asking you to like the live and be a part of the growth here. Now we got Manny here who says,
I just seen that.
Rumsey popped up in Hamster's stream and said that John 1:1 says that Jesus is God. Avery, you're gonna have the Dawa boys fight each other like the Sahaba when they fought on what was the Quran. God bless you, brother. Hey, man. For those of you guys who don't know, earlier this morning, I joined Hamster's live, Hamza from Hamza's Den. I joined his live, and I didn't last 7 minutes. Did I, Chris?
No, it was maybe, if you're lucky, like 5 minutes and 40 seconds. if we had the stopwatch on, I don't think you made 6 minutes.
Yeah, I probably didn't even make 6 minutes. It'll be interesting to calculate to see. Somebody calculate how long I was there. But I was on that live, man. He got cornered immediately, got called out for his hypocrisy, and dropped me almost immediately. So if you guys want to check that out and get yourself a little 6-7 minute entertainment, go ahead and watch my video from earlier today, my live stream from earlier today. All right. We got Keeping It Real Gamer who says, good to see you guys. Thank you for the education of Muslims. I've learned so much. 434 for my Logic. 434 for my man One Way Too. That's right. Hitting that like button. Appreciate you, brother. All right. So we have a guest back here. So let's see when they join us, how they'll do. How you doing?
Hello. Am I audible?
You are audible, my friend. You are audible.
That's nice. First of all, I want to say my name is Harun.
Harun Aaron, okay.
Exactly. Yeah. And I'm calling from Germany, so my English might not be the best. So just in advance, I just want to apologize if I say something wrong. Sheikh Logic, I know your name is Avery, is it right?
That's right. You can call me Avery.
Okay, and what is your name, Imam? One Way Apologetic?
My name is Chris.
Chris, all right. So the subject today is, what is the Injeel? Is it right?
That is right, my friend.
All right. So what is the Injeel for you guys?
Well, that's the question that we're
Oh,
asking.
you don't know?
Well, we're kind of hoping that you tell us.
All right. Well, basically in the Quran it says it was something revealed to Isa alayhi salam. We say Jesus, we can say, right?
Mm. Oh, that's
So,
it?
well, it says in the Quran that it's revealed to Jesus.
Okay. Oh, just real quick. Hamza kicked you at the 7-minute and 17 mark. So I made it. I was on there for 7 minutes. Huh? Okay.
Yeah, Sister Chloe actually just sent me a text, and she said Logic lasted 7 minutes and 15 seconds just doing secretary duties.
Nice. Thank you so much, everybody. Thanks for checking in. All right. So you said the Injeel, the gospel, is something that was revealed to Jesus.
Exactly.
Okay.
So what's the point of you guys?
So what exactly is that, though? Is what we're asking.
The gospel, which is translated to good news,
Mm-hmm.
was revealed. We don't know how, as if it was revealed by voice, by the angel Gabriel, or was it a book? We don't know.
Hey, Haroon,
Yes.
would you say that the Injeel that was given to Isa ibn Maryam would have been written down at one point in time, or
It could have been, for sure.
it could have, like, does the Quran identify that the Injeel was a written document, or no?
Can you please repeat the question?
Yeah, sure. Does your Quran mention the Injeel as if the Injeel is a written document?
Well, it says it was revealed to Jesus, so it doesn't say it was written down somewhere.
Well, if you went to Surah 7:157, this is where it says.
Can you excuse
those
me?
who-
Sorry for interrupting. Could you maybe bring it up, because it's really hard to do it with my phone,
Sure, I got you.
and I don't.
You got
I didn't
that, Logic?
memorize the.
All right. So yeah, we go to Surah 7:157, and here I'll just go ahead and start talking about while we get to it. And it says, "Those who followed the unlettered prophet, whom they can find written in what they have of the Torah and of the Injeel." So it literally says that you can find the prophet whom you find written in what they have of the Torah and the and of the Injeel.
Yes, but I think you guys know what our paradigm is, right? Like what our standpoint is.
What is that?
That this message, which was revealed to Jesus, doesn't exist today. That's our claim, and you guys say, no, that's not true.
Well,
right?
no, and that's cool that that's your claim, but that's not anything that we're talking about today. We're specifically talking about the Injeel that the Quran is talking about. Now, according to Surah 7:157, would you agree that the Injeel was a written document?
I can't say it for sure.
All right, let's put it up again. We can probably zoom in this time.
Okay, let me read it.
Yeah, you go ahead and read the mess or read the verse.
All right. By the way, what is that? Hilali? What does it end?
That's Halali and
okay, the one who translated it.
Yeah.
Those who follow the messenger, the prophet who can neither read nor write, that is Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, whom they find written with them in the Torah and the Injeel.
So here it says that Muhammad is written in the Torah and in the Injeel, correct?
The Arabic word is maktubin, which means written.
You still with us, Aaron?
Yes.
Okay, so you can agree now that the Injeel was a written document because Muhammad was written inside of it, right?
I can't confirm it right now because I would have to check the translation first.
Do you believe? Hold on, I got. Man,
So
listen,
from the Arabic to
this is what we do here, man. We help people. So this has a corpus, an Arabic corpus that breaks down each word in Arabic, word for word.
oh, that's nice. Yeah.
And so right here, we get the word whom they find him maktubin, written.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the Arabic right here.
Yeah, could have been. Yes, could have been. I don't deny that. Yes.
It's not that it could have been. The Quran says that it was written. That's a matter of
Yeah.
fact.
Yes. I only say could have been because I would have to check myself again.
What do you need to check?
I have to read it and research it myself first.
Hold on.
What would you have to research though? Like you have the Arabic, you have the literal translation right in front of you. What else do you have to research? Maybe the tafsir or what else?
No, not the tafsir, but the surahs before, after. Because when you read something, it can go out of context, right? You can't just same for the Bible. You can't just read one verse. You have to read the whole chapter.
My friend, the verses before this will not say that it's not. It won't change the fact that the Quran says it's written.
Well,
as I said, I would have to check it first myself.
Well, in Surah 7, from 150 to 156 or 157, it's actually the story of Moses. And then for like 2 or 3 verses, it inserts these 2 or 3 verses, and then right after it, it goes right back to the story of Moses. So that's why logic is telling you the rest of these verses aren't going to refute the fact that the Injeel is written.
Yeah, man. So the Quran is pretty clear. The Injeel was written down. That's what it says. If you reject the Quran, you can do that.
No, I don't reject it at all. I just have to check it myself again with my sources. With
what sources?
The Quran itself.
I have the Quran.
Literal Arabic.
That is literal Arabic.
That is the literal Arabic. What, are we giving you the wrong Arabic or something?
No. There's sometimes issues by translating. That's why I wanna.
I didn't show you a translation. I showed you the Arabic word maktubin.
Yes, but I'm not an Arabic speaker, so I can't know that.
What sources would you go to for that you can? You're not an Arabic speaker. What sources would you go to that you can find confidence in what it actually says?
I actually have 2 options. One, my friend who's Arabic speaking from Morocco.
Your friend.
I can ask them, or there's the way of the Quran website.
What Quran website? Because I'm using one. I just showed you one. So
Quran.com.
Basically. Quran.com you trust. All right, let's go to Quran.com.
So if logic hovers over the Arabic in the Quran.com, is that good enough for you, Aaron?
Yes.
Because once you hover over the Arabic, it gives you the English that is translated, right? Normally.
Yeah. Also, there's some tafsir, which you mentioned earlier.
Here, go ahead. He'll go over the verses here.
Here it is. Those who follow the messenger, the prophet, unlettered, whom they find maktubin, written.
Maktuban.
You see it?
Yes.
So there we go, right? No denying it, no guessing.
No, I'm not denying it at all.
Good. So the Injeel was written down, right?
Yes, could have been. Yes.
Why do you keep saying could have been?
Well, as I said, I'm not.
I gave you exactly the source that you trust. It says it was written.
It is like it's. As I said, I'm not an English speaker. It's my third language.
Are you wasting my time, man?
Well, I'm not. We can continue from here, I think.
Do you think, Aaron, do you think that every word that we're going to say, we're lying to you?
No.
Okay, so then
why do you think that?
Okay, so then because Aaron, you specifically said that you would go to Quran.com. So logic went specifically to that website that you trust, that you asked him to go to. He went over it. He showed you the word maktub, and he showed you it's translated written. Same as the other site that we were at. and then we asked you the question, and then you said could have been. Like, that's not being genuine.
Well, I told you. I mean, it is. It's
Kidding.
just the way I said it. It's not my first language, right?
Well, I don't think that that's an excuse, my friend. Like this, it's very straightforward. You understand what we're saying. We understand you. You understand what's on the screen.
Yes,
So
and I said
you could just be honest and say, yes, the source that I trust says that the Injeel was written, right?
and I said yes. We can continue from here. I said
Beautiful.
I think yes.
All right, good. So we know that the Injeel was written down. Who wrote it, do you think?
I don't know. Could be Jesus himself. Could be people around him who know him.
Where would you get this idea that Jesus wrote it?
Because he got it revealed.
Yeah, where does it say that it was written to him?
Can you repeat it?
Was Jesus when it was revealed to him? Was
Yes.
it was a physical written book revealed to Jesus?
Yeah, we don't know that. As I said, if he got it revealed, it could have been that he wrote it. But as I told you in the beginning, we don't know it.
I got it. Could it also have been that maybe his disciples wrote it?
Yes, for sure.
That's cool. So do you reject the fact that we have the Injeel? That Matthew,
Yes,
Mark, and John
I
wrote?
do. I do reject
So,
this.
so you would deny that the New Testament is the Injeel, correct, Aaron?
Exactly.
Okay, go ahead, Logic.
But you don't. You said that you don't know it. No one knows this Injeel. You don't know it. You don't know who wrote it. So how do you know that the New Testament is not it?
Because I said it before, and I think other people said it to you as well. But I don't know why you keep going with this, like repeat and who.
I keep going with this because it is a nail in a coffin in Islam. You guys can't handle this question. That's why I keep going with this.
And the thing is, you don't believe in the Quran, but it's like a pick and choose. You know, you pick that verse, and then oh look, this confirms this and this, but it's not true.
I pick and choose what I like.
Yeah.
And I like the parts that affirm the Injeel.
From the Quran, you mean?
Yes, of course.
That's the issue. But as I told you, bro,
how do you know that the New Testament is not the Injeel when you said no one knows what the Injeel is? How do you know the New Testament isn't it?
Well, I don't say no one knows what the Injeel is.
That's
the
exactly
Injeel, it's the good news which was revealed to Jesus. That's what we know. But
I'm asking a very specific question. We saw that the Injeel, according to the Quran, is written, and the Christians had it in Muhammad's time. How do you know that it wasn't the New Testament?
Well, in our paradigm, we say that Christianity itself, the books got corrupted.
So what?
It can be that
hey, Aaron, just a second, Aaron.
Okay.
It doesn't matter about Christianity and the books that got corrupted. Answer the question that Logic is asking you. Can you repeat the question that he asked you, Aaron? I'm curious.
If the Gospels you have today are the same as the Injeel, is it possible? He asked.
No,
am I right?
I asked you, how do you know that the New Testament, since you don't know what the Injeel is, never seen it, you said it's lost, it's gone, no one has it. My question to you was, then how do you know that it's not the New Testament?
Well, I think you didn't hear me. I think I said we don't know what the Injeel was, right?
That's what you said. So
exactly. But listen what I said.
Know it's not the New Testament?
Listen carefully what I'm saying. The Injeel itself, we know what it is, yes, but
really, what is it?
The details in it. Listen, the details
you just
in it.
Told me you don't know what it is, but now you're saying you know what it is.
I don't know what it is, Logic, but I know what it is.
No, you're twisting it. Listen
I know
again.
I don't know.
I will say it again, and you listen again. All right.
All right. I'll
said
listen again.
The Injeel itself, which means gospel, which means good news, right? We know that Jesus received it.
What,
know
what
that.
what did he receive?
The message, the book, or whatever. We don't
Was
know
it
what.
was it a written book, or was it just some oral revelation that he
Later on written, as we just
later
Aaron,
on written? Nice.
Okay, there we
Nice.
go.
Yeah, we confirmed it
Later
already.
on written by who?
We don't know.
We don't know. So how do
Anonymous
you
writer.
know? How do you know that Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John didn't write the Injeel?
How do you know?
That's the question to you, Aaron.
Yes, because we say what we have today is not the
I know
real.
that. I know that's what you say. My question is actually, how do you know? How do you know that what you're saying is actually true? How do you know that Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John did not write the Injeel?
Because we would have to go back to why the Quran is from God.
That
And
has
if
nothing to do with the Injeel.
it is actually is.
To find out if the Injeel is it all that, you have to go and find out if the Quran is from God. Like, how did that
Can I
doesn't even make sense.
explain?
Thanks
Yeah.
for
Now,
Aaron,
if I
Aaron,
say it
forget
like
about
this,
that. Aaron,
Thanks
forget
for
about
coming.
that. Aaron, forget about the Quran and trying to run to see if that's from God or not. If you don't know what the Injeel is, you've never read the Injeel, never ever, you've never
Yes.
seen a manuscript of it before in your life.
Exactly.
How can you say that the New Testament is not that?
Because we say it is not what we have today. The Injil, which was revealed back then, we don't have it today anymore. So it can't be by default those
You
which
know,
because that's in our paradigm.
It's not in your paradigm. Your
It
Quran
is.
says the Christians have it in Muhammad's time.
Yeah, but you only look at one verse and
I look
totally
at
ignore the rest.
Chapter 2, verse 41. Muhammad says it's with them. Chapter 2, verse 89. The Quran says it's with them. Chapter 2, verse 91. It says it's with them. Chapter 2, verse 101. It says that it's with them. Chapter 5, verse 43 to 47. It says that it's with them. Chapter 4, verse 47. It says that it's with them. Chapter 7, verse 157. It says that it's with them. I just gave you a slew of verses that says that the scriptures, the gospel, and the Torah is with the Jews and the Christians in Muhammad's time. So that's
Perfect.
the paradigm.
Perfect. In say the last sentence again.
That the Quran, that the Jews and the Christians had the Torah and the gospel in Muhammad's time.
Perfect. The last sentence was perfect. In Muhammad's time.
So in the 7th century, the Christians had this gospel, right? Right?
Yes. Yes.
Good.
I had to think.
Good. We have manuscripts of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John that existed way before the 7th century.
and also, Aaron, since you identified that the Injeel is not the New Testament, can you show me the Injeel that is not the New Testament from the time of Muhammad?
First of all, we would have to check the sources we have right now, right?
What sources?
The Gospels.
What?
No, you just said from Luke, Mark, and
Aaron, you said earlier that the New Testament is not the Injeel. Remember?
Yes, I said it.
Okay,
yes.
so you just admitted that the Injeel and the Torah were around at the time of Muhammad in the hands of the Jews and the Christians, correct?
Yes, and
excellent.
Exactly where
so just a second,
Muhammad
Aaron.
was living, though.
Just a second, Aaron. Can you show us any manuscript from that time of the Injeel that is not the New Testament?
No, because we don't have it anymore.
All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I'm going to move on to the next guest. All right. So that was Harun. I'm going to go ahead and bring up Muhammad Padri. I see that you're waving. Looks like you're chilling, laying down. I'm going to let you come up, man. Do you have YouTube open?
Yeah, nah.
There's some echo when I hear myself speak. Do you have something else open?
Okay, yeah, I think I have YouTube. Okay, so I have the app open because
Yeah, close the YouTube app. Close it so that there's no echo.
I know how to do it. Don't lose my spot, please. Do not lose my spot. All right.
All right.
Looks like the man's laying on the floor. Hope his
He
back's
chilling.
okay.
He chilling. He about to cook while he's laying down. That's what I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah, he is. He come ready. He's like, oh, this is just easy work for me today.
Guys, by the way,
All right.
we are. I still hear that echo, Muhammad.
I on the phone. On the phone how it has the pages. I just swiped over, and I got rid of the YouTube app. Is that cool? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you have to. There's something else that is catching my audio. So
Well, I don't have any headphones on.
All right, we'll have to figure this out later. I can't do the echo, bro. Unfortunately, I can't. If you find some headphones, it might work. Try to find some headphones, okay? Try to find some headphones. Issa.
As soon as you find some headphones, we'll throw you right back in the list.
Yeah, try to find some headphones, Mohammed. Issa, you ready? Looks like Issa is frozen, so can't bring him up. What's up, Sig? I see you, man. Just doing a duo with me and Chris today. Let's bring up Ali. Ali, how you doing? Ali, how are you, man? Ali going once. Ali going twice. Removed. Let's try Imam Murrah. All right, Imam Murrah is not here. Let's try Zane. Zane, how you doing?
What's good?
What's up? Hold on, I'm sorry, bro. Let me read a couple super chats here.
All right.
Any suggestions which gospel I should start first? I say John. What do you say?
No, yeah, I say the Gospel of John too.
Awesome. Yep, start with John, Elmer. Start with John. Mm-hmm. We got Conflict Ortiz. Oh, okay. I'm gonna bring you up, Muhammad. We got Conflict Ortiz who says, I woke up this afternoon. You were cooking that snack, Hamza, with eggs, and Imam Claus stopped cooking Central. He's no match for the Christian Imam. God bless you.
God bless you, Ortiz.
And then we got hey, Hussein, the recent convert. He says the gospel we have today is the true Injeel. I'm reading the gospel according to Matthew, and it's beautiful. God bless you, Avery and Chris. I'm going to get baptized in the next 2 weeks. Let's go.
Yeah.
Glory to God.
Praise
man.
God. Praise God, Hussein.
So excited. Hussein, he's the one who converted a few weeks ago. God bless you, man. All right. And then we got Oval Office in the house who says, you got on me for lying down. That's right. We sure did make fun of you for lying down, bro. And then we got the Not Too Traveler. Thank you so much for this super sticker. Sorry, Zane. I'm gonna give Muhammad one last chance just to see if his audio is working, okay?
Cool.
And then you'll be right next.
All right, cool.
All right, it looks like Life got it ready, huh?
Good job, Life. Good job, brother.
Yeah, Life. All right, testing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. How's it going, man? Is
All right,
better? I got some headphones on. All right. Cool, man.
Yeah,
Cool.
hold on. So now you get to a quieter place. Your background.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sisters in the room.
Yeah, no, I'm at my parents' house. I'm in the living room.
Try to get somewhere by yourself, bro.
What happened?
Try to get somewhere by yourself.
Oh, you can hear the background?
Yeah, we can hear the TV. It's real loud.
Well,
okay,
sorry,
that might not have been TV.
Well,
Here we go.
what about now?
Much better.
No one's here.
Much better. Mash Yeshua.
All right, cool, man. First of all, this is a really cool channel. What you guys are doing, it's really nice. I'm a born Muslim. I was born a Muslim, and I see the other guy. I was on your guys' channel the other time when you guys had this really big. I know Sheikh Logic was there, and then the Halal, and then the other guy was there. And you guys had a lot to say and stuff. It was on Friday, right? This
Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
with Christian Prince, Jay Dyer, Sam Shimon, Sheikh Logic. We had Ahmed, the ex-Muslim, up here. Yeah, it was an all-star lineup. Yep.
Yeah, and I was there, and then I waited about maybe an hour trying to get on live to talk to you guys, and then so then the Sheikh Logic said that we only want Muslims, and number two, we only want people that have they want to point out something about Christianity that's wrong. You know what I mean? And stuff. So then that's right when I pulled out of the queue because number one, as a Muslim, we are taught not to point out what's wrong and right in other religions. You know, that's not our job. That's not our responsibility.
That's not true, bro.
Huh?
It's not true at all, man.
That Muslims shouldn't what's it called? Judge other people's religion and stuff.
Correct. That is absolutely false. Why do you think Muhammad went and crushed all the idols, the pagan idols and stuff?
Well, no, so that's Muhammad. That's not me though.
Is Muhammad your example?
Yeah, well, we should live according to the example of Muhammad. Yeah.
Yeah. So Muhammad judged people for their religion. You're supposed to do that as a Muslim. You're not supposed to just let it go.
Well, no. So Muhammad married what was she? I'm sure you know better than I do. What was she? 6 years old? 9 years old? How old was she?
Oh, yeah, she was 6 when he married her. Yeah.
She was 6.
So do you see all Muslims doing that?
No, not all. Some though.
Some though. Yeah.
Oh, where did you guys see that happen? Where did you attend it?
Bro, it's all over the place.
You don't have to attend it to be able to know that it happens, Muhammad.
Right. So well, yeah. So yeah. Okay. Well, it's the same way the non-Muslims molest younger women also. So it's kind of the same thing. So all right, cool. So what I'm saying is that
the difference is though, Muhammad, is that your prophet actually did it, and he's the one that you guys are supposed to look up to and follow. So when Muslims do this, they're following following him, right?
Exactly. So you guys, I guess, in the Christianity are so much so confused that some people say Jesus is God's son, or some people say Jesus is a prophet now. So I mean, in the Christianity faith, I'm not even sure what's going on with Jesus. You know what I mean? So what's going on in that section?
Actually, all Christians believe the same thing about Jesus. Him being.
You said all Christians believe Jesus. Are you saying you're not all Christians?
One second. All Christians hold to the doctrine that he is the divine Son of God. But that is not the question of the title today. The title of the question is, what is the Injeel? And people are saying that my mic is low. Is my mic okay, guys? Is it low?
I hear. Sounds all right from my end.
All right.
Yeah, mine too. Right here, I'm cool. I can hear you pretty well.
All right, cool. Yeah. So the question is, what is the gospel, man? What is the Injeel?
Yeah, so that's why, right off the bat, when I was listening to you guys even last Friday, I said I got out of the queue is because what's happening here, as I noticed, is that, man, what I'm trying to do is I just want to spread a message, and I just want to let people, especially you guys, know that because see, the thing is number one, we're all born Muslim. This is what I believe. This is what I've been taught.
I'm not born a Muslim.
Huh?
I wasn't born a Muslim.
Okay, no. So this is what I was taught. So I'm talking about myself. So what I was taught.
It's wrong. So I'm not. Just respectfully, I'm not interested in that. I'm only interested in what I'm asking about today.
Exactly.
I'm interested in you guys substantiating what this Injeel is, what this gospel is, since you guys reject that we have it. That's what I'm interested in today. So if you can jump straight.
So I'm trying to get to that point. And what I'm trying to say is that a lot of the people you're going to talk to, they don't basically know what they're talking about a lot of the times.
I know.
They're confused. You are talking to a lot of confused. They're probably not even practicing Muslims, or they don't know what's going on. let me, from what I know and from my experience, because see, look, check this out, man. Okay, at first, I only thought so. This is kind of off the topic, and I appreciate you taking out the time and listening to me. But I just think this is something important to talk about, so we all can understand. You know what I mean? So it's just
it's either this, man. If you're not here to talk about what I'm asking about, then you're wasting your time. You got to let the next guest on. So are you going to
so
jump?
We can't just talk about something normal. We can't just have a discussion. You don't have 2-3 minutes to take out.
Hey, Logic, just in case you're a little short on it today, brother, I brought the syrup for the waffles today.
Oh, man.
Oh.
How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. A little sick, but it's cool.
All right,
So,
man. Lord heal you.
I appreciate it, bro. Yeah. What's the topic?
What is the Injeel? What's the gospel?
All right, bro. I'm gonna ask you that then. What's the Injeel?
That's our question to the Muslims, actually. Since you guys say we don't have it, we're then asking you, okay, what is it then?
Okay. Well, what we do know is that it came, but it got corrupted. I mean, that's what everyone says. And then you're gonna tell me that there are surahs, there are chapters that say otherwise, but then
I'm not going to say that at all. That's not what I'm going to say. All I'm going to ask you is, what is the Injeel? What is the gospel? You telling me that it got corrupted isn't telling me what it is, man.
No.
Well, it's obviously the common answer that we don't know exactly what it was, just like we don't know exactly what the Torah was, just like we don't know what Abraham was preaching to the people exactly. We know the stories of Abraham, we know the stories of Moses, we know the stories of all the prophets. We also know that there was prophets that were sent to every other nation. Like every other nation, I mean, like every single nation was sent a prophet, because we don't just believe that was just the Middle East. So we don't know what these prophets were talking about or what kind of book they had either. What we do know is that the obvious message was always to go with Tawheed. God is one, God is alone, worship God.
I know that's not good enough, though, because I'm supposed to judge by this gospel that you guys seem to say I don't have, but you also don't know what it is. And so if I don't judge by this gospel as a person of the gospel, according to the Quran, I'm a wrongdoer and I'm in rebellion against the law. I don't want to be in rebellion. I want to be in right standing. What about you, Imam? You want to be in rebellion or right standing?
No, I want to be in right standing. I don't want to be in rebellion.
All right, good. So we want to be able to be in right standing and be good people of the gospel and judge by it, follow it, stand on it. So can you tell us, if you don't know what it is, then how can you tell us that we don't have it?
If you don't wanna disobey Allah, as you said, then you can listen to what Allah said in the Quran. In chapter 5, verse 48. If you read that one, it will tell you.
548 isn't addressing me.
Nah, but it says that you should.
Oh, don't do this. Don't do this to yourself, Zane. The shake is going to cook you if this is where you're going to go. I'm warning you before you do it.
I don't have a problem. This is a whole like Sam Shimoni kind of thing where you just say like, I'm gonna bury you, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. Just
go ahead, Zane. Don't say I didn't warn you. Go ahead.
Well, I appreciate your warning, bro. I heard it before. Thank you. But yeah. So the point of the matter is that you don't even have the gospel yourself. I mean, the books that you have, they claim.
How do you know that?
Well, you look at common sense. Do you have any book? Do you have any book that relates back to the Jesus time?
Yeah, well, we do. We have the gospel of Jesus that Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John wrote down. How do you know that they are not the authors of the Injeel, of the gospel?
The problem is we don't have any physical copy of that nowadays, and especially not in his language.
We have thousands of copies of them. What are you talking about?
I have one right over there.
First century.
Well, hold on a second.
Yeah.
You're saying 3rd century?
No,
first century. Let's say 5th. Let's say 6th. Let's even say 7th. All I need is a 7th century gospel. That's all I need.
No, not necessarily. I mean, if right now I was to write a gospel 1,400 years after Jesus or 1,500.
I didn't say 1,400 years after. I said all I need is a 7th century. You want to know why? All I need is a 7th century gospel.
All right. Why?
What century did Muhammad come in?
I mean, it was born in the 6th century, no?
7th century was when Muhammad came around.
Okay.
So when Muhammad comes around in the 7th century, he says that there is a gospel that the Christians have during his time.
Oh, you're misunderstanding.
Oh, I am?
Yes, you are. You know why?
All right, so what does he mean by there's a gospel that's with them, that they have and that they're reading? What does he mean by that?
Well, what we do know is this. Although the Gospels have been corrupted, obviously they spread around. And the other thing that we do know is that a lot of the tribes, well, they were not only
You
pagans
said
and
the
idolaters.
first thing too fast, bro. You got to slow down for me.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
All right, so what does he mean by there's a gospel that's with the Jews and Christians that they're reading?
Well, there was some sort of gospel, just like we have some sort of gospels now. I mean, we have the Bible, we have the Old Testament, we have the New Testament. But well, I'll tell you this, is that there wasn't only pagans and idolaters at the time of Muhammad, peace be upon him, of course. Because the idea wasn't that they were all, I mean, if you look at the history,
Bro,
the
what does
tribes
that got to
actually
do with
converted.
what I just asked you, man?
You're asking me, who is he talking to? And
No, I didn't.
What is the gospel that they have? And I'm
Okay,
telling you, they
I'll
had some
I'll
sort of
ask,
gospel.
bro, slow
That
down.
gospel
I'm
was
trying to
corrupted.
help you help me, man. I'm trying to help you help me. Look,
Okay. Well,
okay? Hey, look, it's just we're just talking here.
yeah,
Hey,
of course.
focus on what I asked. I didn't ask about any pagans. I didn't ask about nothing else or nobody else.
Yeah.
You said that I'm misunderstanding when Muhammad says that the Injeel, the gospel, is with the Christians and that they're reading it. They're judging by it. It's with them.
Yeah.
So if
They're
I'm
corrupted.
misunderstanding what with them means, tell me, what does with them mean? What does Muhammad mean when he says that the written gospel is with the Christians?
So we believe, just like the Quran says, that yes, there was a gospel that came with Jesus, and that the gospel got corrupted. And these Christians that Muhammad is talking to, or is talking about, as you say, Muhammad, I mean, it's the word of God, but sure. These Christians also had that corrupted gospel. So they had the gospel. We don't say that they didn't have a gospel. They had a gospel. Was it the gospel of Jesus Christ? No, it wasn't. Why? Because
wasn't.
No,
It
it
wasn't.
wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Interesting. Okay.
Weird.
So let me ask you this.
Right?
If it wasn't the gospel of Jesus, then what was this gospel, or whose gospel was this that they can find Muhammad written in?
Well, there are quite a lot of. I mean, of course, we can only assume because you don't know, and I don't know.
No.
what
You
they had
don't
back
know
then.
this. See, I know. The reason why
Okay.
you keep falling
So
into
you
this
know
problem
what
is
these
because
Arabs
you
had.
don't know. Look, hold on. You're
Yeah.
falling into this problem because you don't know. I know. That's why it's not my problem. But when you deny what is obvious and historical, you're in this conundrum that you're in. So now you're saying that they had a gospel, but it wasn't the gospel of Jesus. So now you have to tell me whose gospel was it that they can find Muhammad written in? Because that's what the Quran says.
Well, we do have some sort of, you can say, prophecy if you want to consider Isaiah 42. And there's also
But that's not the gospel.
What's up? That's Old Testament,
that's not the gospel.
Is that part of the Old Testament, right?
That's the Old Testament, not the gospel. I'm asking about the gospel. Whose gospel was it? Since it wasn't Jesus's gospel, whose gospel was it that the Christians had that we can find Muhammad in his prophecies? Whose gospel was that?
That's a great question, bro. But obviously, we don't know. It's like you don't. The thing is, bro. Like, thing is, how we right now. Just let me speak 1 second.
Okay,
just
go ahead.
How we right now have 88 books here, 62 books there. You don't know exactly which Christians that were there at the time. You can say they were Catholics. You can say they were Protestants. You can say they were.
Aaron.
Say it real quick, Chris. But here's the crazy thing: is that Protestant, Catholics, Orthodox, Ethiopians, they all have the same gospel, don't they? Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, don't they? They have the same Testament. It's amazing. But go ahead, Chris. What was you about to ask him?
Yeah, so I was just simply going to ask him the book, the gospel that the Christians had at the time of Muhammad, was that the revelation by Allah?
I mean, of course not. If you want to consider all of it.
Awesome. So when we go to Surah 547, and Allah's commanding those people that have that in their hand to judge by what He revealed therein.
Okay, what does it say afterwards?
Allah's lying about that one?
What does it say afterwards?
Well, no, just answer him on this. What God is that not Allah's gospel?
No, what we believe, as I said.
But it says that they have a gospel that Allah revealed.
For sure, yeah, we do believe a gospel was revealed, and we
No,
believe
no,
that the gospel was
missing,
corrupted.
I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. You're missing what we're saying. The
Good.
verse says,
Mhm.
people of the gospel judge by what Allah has revealed in it. And if
Yep.
you don't judge by what Allah has revealed, you're a wrongdoer.
Yep.
So you're the 7th century Christians that Muhammad's talking to have a gospel that the Quran says is Allah's revelation. But you're saying it's not Jesus's gospel. So who else got this revelation?
No, I'm not saying. Well, here's what I'm saying. Let me clarify.
Okay.
I'm saying that the gospel, there's only one gospel, and that's Jesus Christ's gospel. Of course, I mean, it came with Jesus. It's his gospel. That's Injeel, right? But what I'm saying, however, is this: I'm saying it's not the gospel of Jesus. I'm just saying that they have corrupted it, just like the Quran tells us in later verses.
So you're saying that in the gospel that they have, that Allah says is his revelation, there's corruption in Allah's revelation?
They have I'm sorry. They have corrupted it. They have corrupted it. That's
so they've corrupted Allah. So Allah's revelation has corruption in it.
I mean, just like how the Jews and the Pharisees tried to corrupt at the time, even in your Bible. I mean, you have to also acknowledge that there are people that were always trying to corrupt.
I don't have to acknowledge anything.
Just for confirmation, Zane, are you saying that Allah's words were changed?
I'm saying that Allah's words were not changed. I'm saying that they were changed.
Oh, they were not. They were not changed.
You can't change. Like, okay, if I say my name is Zaid, and then you later say that no, his name is Hamza or whatever, right? Then in that case, you're just changing what I said, but I didn't change it. Like, that was not changed. That still is the same. So I'm trying to tell you is this: just like how, for example, Jesus and all the gospels that you claim, that came apparently are according to you guys. The Gospels of Jesus Christ, or the Gospel of Jesus Christ. Why do they have a lot of these contradictions, all these corruptions?
I'm still lost.
How do we know how?
I'm not hearing an answer to the question. I'm not hearing an answer to the question. No. Just to be clear, the gospel that the Christians have in the 7th century. At first, you said it wasn't the gospel of Jesus. Are you now retracting that and saying, "Well, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. It is the gospel of Jesus"? Is that what you? Is it the gospel of Jesus?
No, I told you, I clarified literally earlier. If you go back, I clarified clearly that yes, the gospel that came with Jesus is the gospel of Jesus.
That's not what I asked.
However, those
in
people,
the 7th
century, the gospel, bro. That's what happened.
Dude, in the 7th century, do they have the gospel of Jesus?
The exact word for word unchanged?
Do they have the gospel of Jesus? It's a yes or no.
Word for word unchanged. Because, bro, if it's not,
I'm gonna give you one last chance. We got other guests here that want to come up. I'm gonna give you one last chance.
Okay.
Did the Christians in the 7th century have the gospel of Jesus? Yay or nay?
They had some parts of it.
They had some parts of the gospel of Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay. They had some parts of the gospel of Jesus. Okay. I can work with this. All right. They had some parts of the gospel of Jesus. Fine. Yeah. Now, here's my question. So they had parts of the gospel of Jesus. They had it in written form, right?
Sure. I don't know. Sure.
You don't know. The Quran says that they had it written down.
I mean, sure, bro. We could say it's written down. We could say it was memorized. But okay, sure.
But no, the Quran says it was written. Do you affirm it? Or do you deny the Quran?
If the Quran says, then the Quran says. I'm not like, it's not like I have it by memory, but yeah, sure.
No, I don't, dude. What do you know who you're talking to? I am the helpful sheikh.
You are the sheikh.
We got the imam here.
All right.
We teach Islam, as a charity. You know that, right?
Yeah, bro. All right.
Look, let me show you, bro, so that you don't have any doubt. All right.
Cool.
You're up here with the original Quran only Christian, Zane. Come on now.
Come on, man. Look, this is what the verse says. Those who follow the messenger, the prophet, who can neither read or write, whom they find written with them in the Torah and in the Injeel. And it goes on, so on and so forth. So the Torah and the gospel in Muhammad's time is written, right?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Nice. I'm glad you was able to answer that honestly before. Like, the first guest was not able to do that. So now here's the question, my friend.
Go ahead.
This 7th century written document that is called the gospel.
Yeah.
Who wrote it?
The 7th century.
this gospel that they had, that they still had in the 7th century at the very least, who wrote it? It could have been written before that, you know, and preserved for a couple hundred years. Who knows? But who wrote it?
Not no one that we know.
No one.
No one that specific. But
So you
we
don't
do know. Actually,
Go
okay,
ahead.
hold on. You say something in regards to like where is Muhammad? I mean, I told you some parts of the Old Testament.
I'm not worried about the prophecies.
And
right
I don't want to. Yeah, you know. But there was also something that in regards.
I'm
to
only,
the
bro, Zane. It's not a trick question.
Go ahead.
Who
No, I
wrote
mean,
it?
I'm not saying it's a question. I'm just saying that I did remember something now, but something in regards to the Comforter coming after Jesus.
That's fine. We can do with all that stuff in another time.
All
But the only thing I want to know
Yeah.
is who wrote it.
Bro, the thing is, like, we don't know. That's the thing. We don't know who wrote it.
All right, so let
We
me
know
ask
that
you
the
this. I
gospel
got you.
came and it was corrupted. That's
I
all
got
we
you.
know.
You don't know who wrote it. Here's my next question. Okay,
Go ahead.
because you brought up the Comforter. Do you believe that Muhammad is the Comforter?
From what I've seen or I've heard about it, yeah, it sounds like it fits the description.
Okay, so you believe that the Comforter passages are revelation from Allah?
I'm just saying it could be.
You have to say yes.
No, I don't have to say yes. I'm just saying
If
I was
Zane,
made
think about
aware.
this.
I was made aware
Zane,
of something.
come on, Zane. You got to think about this logically.
Go ahead.
If it's a prophecy about your prophet,
Yeah.
could it be revealed by anyone other than God?
No, that's not the problem here. The problem here is that I haven't read the prophecy
is
fully
the
myself.
problem.
Then why bring it up?
No, because I've heard about it and I wanted to see if you have anything to object to it.
Wait, why would I object to something that you don't affirm? Do you affirm that that's a Muhammad or not?
That's what people say.
I don't care what people say. I'm talking to Zane. I care about Zane.
on the day of judgment, Zane, you're not going to worry about what other people say. You're going to worry about what you say, right?
Yeah, bro. I mean, when Jesus comes back, according to Revelation, he's gonna do something bad to me. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, Jesus is coming back. I guess Muhammad's not the last prophet. So,
bro, what is the Messiah? You know it's coming back. Yeah.
so do you affirm that the Comforter is Muhammad?
Okay, for the sake of argument, yes.
Okay, so
Sure.
then, if you believe that Muhammad is the Comforter mentioned in those passages, then you believe that those passages are revealed by Allah, right?
Yeah, I mean, if it was said by Jesus, yeah, sure.
Good. Do you know who wrote those passages?
You're gonna say them, the four.
I'm not gonna say them.
The four.
Only one gospel.
His pronouns are he, him, not them.
Yeah.
I see. Well, I see what they do.
So do you?
I see what you mean in that regard. Yeah.
Oh my God.
You could say it's them, but the problem is this: that we know. I mean,
It's not them though.
But we do know that we don't even know who wrote the Gospels. Like you guys don't even know who wrote the Gospels.
Hold on, though. You're appealing to a source.
Yeah, sure. We'll go with
it.
I'm not retracting. I'm just saying we don't know who wrote it.
Okay, let's go with that. Let's go with that. It's written by them. They. It's written by them. They. Okay.
It's written by X.
It's written by X. Okay. So the revelation of Allah, right? The revelation of Allah is in the gospel that the Christians possess even today. Is that correct?
Yeah, sure.
So then that would mean
some added, some added by the name of Paul.
But that would mean that the New Testament is the Injeel, right? Or at least part.
Not all of it,
Injeel.
bro. I mean,
I wouldn't
say the Quran talks about Paul when he talks about Jesus and the Injeel of Jesus, right?
Okay, I'm just sticking with the gospel.
Exactly.
The gospel in the New Testament, the gospel that we have in the New Testament, would be the Injeel. Is that right?
The gospel that we have, not all of it, bro, because at the end of the day, it got mixed up. Like
some of it is the Injeel and some of it's not the Injeel.
Yes, you can say that.
Okay, so here we are, guys. We are at the point where some of the Injeel is the New Testament, while other parts are not the Injeel. It's added in and corrupted. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, we could say that because a lot of it aligns with the Quran. So, I mean, the things that I'm referring to. But go ahead.
Cool. So we at least we got somewhere. We know where we can find pieces of this Injeel. We can find it in the Bible that we have today.
For sure, 100%. And for example, prostrating in prayer. You should do that.
And John,
like Jesus did.
Just a second, Zane. And John wrote the true words of Jesus. Not all of them in there, but there are true words that Allah revealed in the Gospel of John. Would you say the same thing with the Gospel of Matthew, Mark, and Luke as well, Zane, or just the Gospel of John?
The thing is, I'm not a Bible expert, so I don't know exactly which one, but I do know that, first of all, I'm not going to refer to one of them right now because I'm not that specific. I know I didn't study the Bible.
When you brought up the Comforter, you were referring specifically to what John wrote.
Yeah, exactly. So as I said, I'm not aware of exactly which passage. I just know that it exists.
John 14, 15, and 16 will help you.
Okay, sure. But besides that, we're gonna get back to this. I'll let you guys speak about it, of course. But the whole idea of the one gospel being the entire gospel is not true either. You guys can agree with that. You can't have just the Gospel of John and be like, that's the gospel.
Why not?
That's all we need.
Says who?
Can you say that?
Yeah, I can. If all I had was Matthew's writing, if all I had was John's writing, I can say I have the gospel.
Just one. Nothing else.
All I need is one of them.
Bro, you're saying something that's very big right now because there are a lot of things that are missing.
No,
I'm not saying anything that none Christian disagrees with.
It changes.
I agree 100%.
It changes the narrative because, for example,
I agree 100% with what logic is saying. 100%.
Okay, but it changes the narrative of what Jesus said. For example, in one gospel it says, "Why have you forsaken me?"
Wait, how do you know what Jesus said?
No, I'm saying what the gospels say. The narratives changes.
How do you know what Jesus said?
No. I'm adding to your argument, bro. Listen to me, please, carefully.
This isn't my argument.
You're telling me that you can have one gospel.
Dane,
right?
everything you say, you're gonna have to substantiate, man. How do you know what Jesus says?
You misunderstood me, bro. Listen, God logic, please. Here's what you said. You said that you would only need one gospel out of the four to have it, correct? Like to know exactly what happened.
I have the gospel. I can say that I have the gospel if I only have one of the writings of the authors. Yep.
Okay, so for example, in one gospel it says, that Jesus prostrated in prayer and that he said, "Why have you forsaken me?" or "Please take this cup from me."
On the cross?
Yeah, for example, on the cross, or when we
which are you talking about? Are you talking about when he prostrated, or are you talking about the cross?
Okay, I know, I'm aware of that there are differences between the cross. So we'll talk about the cross one. The cross one has. What
author says that he didn't say what he said on the cross?
So he says in one gospel, I forgot which one it is. As I said, I'm not an expert. What I'm going to say is this: it says that in one gospel, "Why have you forsaken me?" That's one gospel on the side. And the other gospel, it says, "Now it's finished," or "Now it's complete." So if you have one of them, then you don't know that Jesus said, "Why have you forsaken me?"
Wait,
you don't know that Jesus said this is.
Hold on a second. Is one focusing on one detail in omission of the other detail?
Well, I'm saying that it's very important to know exactly what happened. So for you to get an idea of what.
Well, hold on a second. Me knowing that Jesus was on the cross and got crucified, was buried and rose again on the third day, which is in all the gospel accounts. That's what I need.
But you know what's not in all the gospel accounts? The rising of the dead.
So
the rising of the dead is very important, bro.
I'm just lost here. Do all the gospel writers record Jesus' death, burial, and resurrection?
Yeah, but they change the narrative.
So, well, they don't. The narrative is that Jesus dies. He's crucified under Pontius Pilate, dies, and rises again on the third day. That's the narrative.
And then in one, we can talk about the base narrative, but how it happened.
Hold on, Zane. Relax.
Yeah, go ahead.
What he specifically says on the cross, one author can focus on one thing that he said on the cross, or a couple, while the other one focuses on another. It doesn't change the narrative at all. So what we have in the Injeel is that Jesus died by crucifixion and was buried and rose again bodily on the third day. That's what the Injeel, the gospel, says.
Okay. Yeah, we dug a bit deep now, so I don't want to lose track of the old comforter thing. But I do want to talk about one last point in regards to this.
Wait, let's talk about the comforter.
Yeah, but let me just finish with the last point in regards to just one comment. It's not
We
even
love
like
the comforter.
Yeah.
I love the comforter too, bro.
You'd love the comforter more once you know who he is.
Yeah.
All right, well, okay. Let me just so commenting on the whole gospel narrative. The thing is, they are changing narratives now. Sure, we can say the baseline is the same, and we can say that like I can what's called it could suffice. That okay, yeah, you have one gospel. This one talks about the death and resurrection. This one talks about the death and resurrection. So on, so on, so. The problem that we have is that not all of these gospels were included. Like when I'm talking about not the four gospels, I'm talking about like the gospel of Thomas, Peter, and so on and so forth.
Those aren't gospels.
They're not
Okay,
gospel.
and
Those
then we
Gnostic
don't,
writings.
and then
Those are
not only
Gnostic
that,
writings.
the problem,
Those
the
are
biggest
Gnostic
problem.
writings proven forgeries, bro.
Yeah, okay, but then the biggest problem is that we
so
don't
what is
know who
what is
wrote
the
gospel.
actual crux of the issue here? We
The
have the
approximation.
gospel.
We don't know who wrote it, bro.
Hold on, Zane. I have to stop here, bro. We
Okay,
have
go ahead.
2,000 years of the church affirming Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. We
Mhm.
also have Muhammad affirming what the Christians had in his
Yep.
time, which guess what? Was Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. So you have no reason to go against what we have, bro. You've already affirmed that we have the Injeel. You already affirmed it.
Now, you know what's the problem with what you're saying is that you're saying that with 100% certainty that yes, it was them, but then you have the same Christians like yourself.
What
for
do
example.
you have to go against what I'm saying?
What I'm saying is that the same Christians like yourself, like Sam and whatever, I think it was Sam. Maybe it could be David Wood. David Wood is a wild guy, I ain't gonna lie still. But when it comes down to what they say is that, okay, well, you have the Quran copying from the infancy gospel of Thomas.
You sure do.
For example,
Yeah, I say it too.
You say, okay, so you guys say it too. So the problem is this. If you're claiming that, then that also can be included as a part of the gospels that they had.
Guess what? You're
What?
absolutely right. This is the problem. This is the problem with Islam. You're missing it. The problem is that it's confirming the gospel, the Injeel that they have in their hands, and that's including it's these Gnostic gospels that it's affirming. It's affirming Gnostic false corruptions. That's the problem with the Quran, bro.
Logic. But the thing is, you don't even know who wrote the gospels, bro. You have no.
Neither do you.
But no.
Same.
Sure. I will concede with that. But if I can concede, listen, I can concede my religion is intact. If you concede with that, you don't know who wrote the gospel.
Concede your religion is intact when you can't tell us what this gospel is or who wrote it.
Listen,
you literally affirm that we have it.
I'll tell you this much. Listen, when it comes down, as I said, I could believe that I don't know who the gospel writers are. I can believe that it was corrupted. I can believe that the day Jesus got risen up or sent up to heaven, to God.
Risen up, you're right, risen up.
Sure.
Yep, risen up.
He's sent up, bro. Come on, bro. All right, so when that gospel, I could believe that. I could believe that it's gone. I could believe that I don't know who wrote it. But if you believe the same, The thing is, you have even a more difficult stance than me. You don't believe the same, even though you have evidence that show otherwise. You don't know who the gospel's writers are. It says, according to this person.
Thanks for coming, man. I appreciate you coming.
Oh, bro, come on.
I love how Muslims just keep making those assertions, Logic. Yeah. And I just want to give Zambia a little shout out. I was with him this morning. I was cooking on his TikTok this morning. I told him I'd give him a quick one. He actually showed up today with a few of his buddies. And Logic, before we go to somebody else, I was checking how many people we got here and how many likes we got on this video. Mm-hmm. And the math just ain't mathing up to me, brother.
Mathing, man. Come on, y'all.
I think I need to tell everybody one more time.
Yep.
If y'all out there have not hit that like button, y'all need to hit that like button. Y'all need to 434 that like button. Treat that like button like you fear disobedience. Because if you don't, we know you secretly hot tua all over that black stone. Don't out yourself, y'all. And don't worry about putting Bumsy's name in the chat. We know he's got over 200 subscribers, but that man can't even pull more than 120 people on the live stream. Logic got over 2.5 here. They ain't the same. So don't mention Bumpsy's name down in the chat there.
Who mentioned Bumsy?
A couple of people were putting Bumsy's name down in the chat. He's live, this and that. We don't really care. He's not to Logic's level.
All right. So let's get a couple super chats in, and then I'm going to bring up Adebayo Shakir. Thanks for having your camera on, my friend. Guys, we are prioritizing those with cameras on. So if you have cameras on, you will be prioritized. So Adebayo Shakir going to bring you up right after these quick super chats we read off. So we got from Ali Pedro, who says, Islam has become a hiding place for pedos because they all look to Muhammad as an example. Preach on, preach on. Someone say, Injeel corrupted guest? How, when Allah's word can't be corrupted? That's what Chris asked. We got the secretary in the house. She says, Muhammad confirmed the Torah and Injeel. Very smart, yet very stupid. Very demure.
That's hilarious.
Dude. The soldier of Christ said, Surah 548 hits nail on the head. Give him that one. Yeah, it talks about how he revealed to each of us a law, our own law. And if he wanted to, he would have combined us and made us one. But he didn't want to do that. Let's say here, we got Jerome who says, if the Injeel is corrupted, then how can we know Muhammad is a true prophet? Shouldn't we have the Injeel to judge? They made Muhammad a trust me bro. Yeah, Muhammad's the original trust me bro.
Yeah, he is.
All right. And then CL Drawing says, if the gospel we have is different from the one Muhammad had in Arabia in the 7th century, where is it? Based on what grounds is their Injeel the true gospel? What's the proof of this? They have none. And last one from Trax, he says, perfect quote that sums up Islam. It's easier to fool people than convince them they have been fooled. That's a bar. Blind faith is the greatest enemy of truth. All right. We got 2,700 people watching, guys. 2,700 people watching. Let's get the likes up to like 2,500 at the least, guys. Come on. I know.
At least.
Come on, man.
Come on, Muslims. Even you Muslims out there, y'all like this. Y'all like this live. Come on now.
Even the Mu'mins love it.
The Mu'mineen. Come on now.
All right. Adebayo, come on up, my friend. How you doing?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Well, you've been here before, haven't you?
Yes.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Okay.
So we're just asking what the Injeel is, my man.
Okay. I must say first that a lot of Muslims that have been talking on this topic have not been doing good work at all. They have not been able to connect the dot. And I think they have succeeded in making Islam is wrong. So let me just quickly go straight to the point.
All right.
I want to first of all let you understand that, yes, Allah says in the Quran, He revealed the gospel to Jesus. That's number one. Revelation to Jesus is gospel. Number two is this. During the time of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, there exists a religious text that the Christians use, meaning the book of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. They were in existence during the time of Prophet Muhammad. And the Christian regarded those 4 books as gospel. That is second thing. Now, when you look at these 4 books, you will clearly see that they are actually talking about the history of Jesus, the story of Jesus. There was one of your programs I watched one day. You brought out the book of Ibn Ishaq that wrote about the history of Prophet Muhammad. If you read the book very well, it is about the story of Muhammad, and it depicts historical events of Muhammad, something like his birth, his activities, and all those stuff, his prophethood. And inside it, you are going to see a lot of verses of the Quran. It is similar to what you can find in the book of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. It is talking about the life story of Jesus. And there is no way you will write about the story of Jesus without writing the gospel that he brought. Now, to clarify something, let's look at what Luke said when Jesus was about to start his ministry. In the book of Luke, chapter 4, verse 18, Jesus said, He was in the synagogue and he said, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me because he has anointed me." Anointed means he has commissioned him as Messiah. So what is the job of the Messiah? He said, to preach the gospel. That's number one. Preach the gospel. Second is to heal the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captive and recovering of brokenhearted, and and recovery of sight to the blind and those who are oppressed. You will see that Jesus actually declared his mission. The first one is preach the gospel. So Jesus preached the gospel, and at the same time, there were some historical events that came out from him. So when you talk about healing, the birth of Jesus, healing, and all those stuff, they are actually not gospel. They are historical events, and they are different from gospel. If you want to understand this thing very well, if you go to Luke, let me just continue again in the book of Luke.
Can I
Listen,
ask
just
you?
let me conclude, please. I'll conclude now. So if you want to ask a question or
Yeah, hopefully, because you've been talking for a bit, it's a little easier to have a discussion
just
instead of
one
long
more,
dialogue. Right?
Hey, just let me make this point. After this point, I will allow you to talk. Please, just let me make this
One point. Go ahead.
So when Jesus started his ministry, for example, John the Baptist sent his messengers to go and meet him to find out whether he was actually the Messiah being expected. And they approached Jesus and asked him, "John has sent us. Can you please tell us what should we tell John when we return back to him?" Jesus said, in Luke chapter 7, verse 22, he said, "Go and tell John the things you have seen and you have heard. The blind see, the lame walk, the lepers cleanse, the deaf hear, the dead raise, and the poor have the gospel preached to them." You can see that anything that has to do with life story, the event of Jesus, is not gospel.
Sweet. So,
Gospel is what Jesus preached.
Shakir, excellent. Now, let's get back to the actual question that we asked you at the very start. So you're telling us what the Injeel is not. Now, can you tell us, was the Injeel ever written down, the Injeel that Allah revealed to Isa?
Yes, it was written down. From what I said, it was written down. And the people that wrote it is Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
So how do we know that Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John wrote the Injeel?
Good. And that's a very good question. If you want to talk about historical event of the life of Jesus, where we can get it right now is in the book of Matthew, Luke, and John that the Christians agree with, and they took it as their religious text. But what we are saying is this, look at it. What we are saying is this, when the Muslim says that this book has been corrupted, let me tell you the reason why they say it has been corrupted. When you mix gospel that Jesus preached and you add it with his historical, the life event of the life of Jesus, and you portray everything as gospel, you have corrupted it. Because God says, for example, in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 2, God says, listen, let me just conclude. I will allow you, you question me, I will tell you. So God said, "Do not add to what I command you, and do not subtract from it." So what God revealed to Jesus said in John chapter 5, verse 30, he said, "I can of myself do nothing. As I hear, I judge." What Jesus had is the revelation. That's the gospel sent to him. He judged by preaching it.
Awesome.
So when you have the story,
Shakir, you got to have a discussion, brother. Let's have a discussion. Let's build the conversation, brother. Okay. Excellent. So the teachings of Jesus inside the gospel is the true Injeel, is it not, Shakir?
Correct.
Amen, brother. So when Jesus teaches that he entered his own creation, that he died by crucifixion, that he raised on the third day, those teachings, that's a part of the Injeel, isn't it, brother?
Good. Now, we have historical document of Jesus,
Whoa.
which is no.
Can you answer
I'm
my
answering the
question?
question. Listen,
Oh.
I'm answering the question.
Oh,
Where
okay.
can you find the gospel of Jesus? Where
In
you
the
can
gospel.
find it is in the book of Matthew, Mark, Luke,
Luke.
and John. That is
That's what I
where you
said.
can find the gospel. I am emphasizing it. That does not make Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John the gospel. Because Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, they are combination of the gospel and historical event, the history of the life of Jesus.
But you said
Anything that
Jesus'
makes you
teachings,
regard
right?
them as gospel is corruption.
But you said Jesus' teachings inside the gospel is the
Correct.
Injeel, correct?
Correct.
Amen. So when Jesus taught that he died by crucifixion and raised on the third day, that's the Injeel, right?
Now, the issue of crucifixion,
whoa, Shakir,
listen,
yes
it
or
is
no?
not gospel.
I want a yes
Crucifixion
or
is
no,
an
and then you...
historical event. It's
No,
not
no, no.
gospel.
Shakir. So
Jesus
look.
did not
This
preach
where I got.
that.
This where I got to jump in, brother. This where I got to jump in because
Okay.
I understand what you're saying. You saying that there's the teachings of Jesus, which is gospel, and then there's the historical events surrounding Jesus. That's not particularly gospel. That's just extra details, right? Understand. So what Chris is talking about is the part where Jesus himself teaches about his own crucifixion. That part where he teaches that he's going to be crucified and rising on the third day, that's gospel, since that's what Jesus himself is teaching, right?
No, good. I like that question. To make it easy, you guys, you have a Bible, you call it red Bible.
Red letters?
It's red letters. So, and the red letters is to indicate all those things that Jesus said.
Yes.
So it is like when we take the red letters Bible and you ask me, do you agree that all these things that Jesus said in the red Bible is what Jesus said? From those indications, the answer is yes.
Okay.
But the problem is this. There are certain things inside that red letter Bible that you cannot ascribe it to Jesus.
That are not red letters, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Can I give you an example?
Oh, no, because that's not necessary. We understand what you're saying. So basically what Chris is asking about is the red letters alone. So you have the red letters where Jesus himself in the red letters is teaching that he's to be crucified, to give his life as a ransom for many, and that he's going to rise again on the third day. Those are in red letters. Those aren't Matthew, Mark's, or John's. Those are Jesus' words. Okay. So those red letters that Jesus is teaching about his own crucifixion.
Yes.
Chris is just asking you to affirm. So you affirm that that's gospel, right?
Do you know why I will not agree that it is gospel? That is what I'm telling you. If you understand me, it is not all those teachings that are ascribed to Jesus as being said in this statement that actually made by Jesus. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so there's some things that you say in the red letters are Jesus' words that you actually trust are Jesus' words, and then other things that you don't trust that are Jesus' words.
Yes.
Okay, so now that's where we're getting confused now, because you said that we find the gospel in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John's writings.
Yes.
We find the what Jesus himself was teaching. That's the gospel.
Yes.
But then you're saying, even though Jesus himself in these writings is teaching about his crucifixion, you don't trust that he actually said that.
Yes, I don't believe it. Do you know why I don't believe it?
Is it because of the Quran that goes against it?
No. Not even because the Quran says.
Why?
I won't go there right now because if I can tell you that all those things that Jesus said is the gospel, but I am still saying it that there are some things that are ascribed to Jesus that evidently and objectively we can prove that it wasn't Jesus that said it.
Okay, so
and part of those things are what you just mentioned.
Okay, so all right, so let's go to an example. Okay,
good.
Let us
look at, for example, in the book of Matthew, chapter 23.
I want to bring up something specific. Okay.
Yeah, Shakir, just wait. We'll bring up the actual teaching from Jesus in the red letters, and then we'll ask you, to prove that if it is corrupted or if it is the real words of Jesus. Okay.
Yeah. So let me just go ahead and pull this up here. All right. What's a translation that actually uses the red letters? Because I've seen it on Bible Gateway before.
I think
Actually, no,
ESV does, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it depends on what program you're using.
No, you can just bring up anything that Jesus said. You don't need to go. Just bring
sure?
any of the statement.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I have said it, and I've told you that if you want me to pull out one, I can pull out to you and challenge you whether it was Jesus that said so, because it was ascribed that Jesus said it. And
Okay,
I don't
good.
think Jesus said it.
Sounds good. All right. So here we are. This is Luke chapter 24. We're going to read verses 44 to 46. Okay. It says, then he said to them. So then now these are Jesus' words. These are the words which I spoke to you while I was still with you, that all things must be fulfilled, which were written in the law of Moses and the prophets and the Psalms concerning me. And he opened up their minds that they may understand the scriptures. Then he said to them, thus it is written, and thus it was necessary for the Christ to suffer and to rise from the dead on the third day. So these are Jesus's words. Now you're saying that these would not truly be Jesus's words?
No, it is not Jesus' word.
All right. So how do you know? How do you tell them?
Fine, thank you. To give you the premises, please let me put a word to you. I want to just ask you something, just like you have asked me, because if I go into this, it will push us to another thing, and I don't want to deviate from the real topic.
As long as you're direct, Shakir.
Yes. If you go to Matthew 23:35, who is speaking there? Whose word is that? Can you read it?
What does it have to do with what I just asked about this?
No. I am telling you that if I take this thing, because it will take us to another thing entirely. But if you can answer this one, if you can answer what I am giving to you now, fine. It will clear this one.
I'm confused. I'm lost on that. I don't know how.
Okay. Maybe you don't understand the basis of my argument. What I'm saying is this.
I don't.
What I'm saying is this. There are certain things that are ascribed to Jesus.
How do we know that Jesus didn't say this?
Okay, I am going to tell you why we know. But for you to understand first, can you just read the one I asked you to read and tell me whether it was Jesus that said it?
Okay, so I'm gonna bite. So if it has nothing to do with my question here, then
it has to do. Read it first. It has to do.
Okay,
read it
all right, no worries. All right. So
what verse are we reading?
Matthew 23, verse 35.
Yeah, that's Jesus speaking. Let's put 34 to 35. Therefore, indeed, I send you prophets, wise men, and scribes, some of whom you will kill and crucify, and some of them you will scourge in your synagogues and persecute from city to city, that on you may come all the righteous blood on the earth, from the blood of the righteous Abel to the blood of Zechariah, son of Berechiah, whom you've murdered between the temple and the altar.
Who is talking there?
That's Jesus speaking.
And what does it have to do with Matthew 25? Or what does it have to do with the verse that Logic just brought up? Because the question was, the verse that we brought up before, if you said that it is not the words of Jesus, so we're waiting for you to prove it. You went to this verse to try to prove it, but it didn't prove it. So now we're back to this verse. Can you prove that this verse Jesus did not say?
Fine. That is if you are patient enough to listen to me. We are having dialogue, and we need to be objective. Now, now every has told us that it was Jesus that said this.
So you're not even going to deal with Luke.
Listen.
No, he's going to try to say that somebody else other than Jesus. He's going to use that as an argument for somebody other than Jesus being crucified.
Can you listen to
Therefore,
me, please?
it couldn't have been Jesus being crucified. That's why this is false. Go ahead. Tell me I'm wrong.
Listen to me again. Please, sorry, can you repeat what you said?
Shakir, look, man. Because
No. Can you just repeat?
I feel like my time is being wasted.
No. I am not wasting your time. But if you want me to tell you this, I will just straight away tell you that this prophecy. Can you read this verse? Is it verse 44 or 45?
This is 46, where Jesus says it is written that it was necessary for the Christ to suffer and rise from the dead on the third day.
Can you please give me the reference where he is quoting this from?
This is Luke chapter 24.
No. He said it is written. It is written. Show me where it is written.
I can show you all of that. But first, before I substantiate the claim that Jesus is making, how do you know when you're saying that he didn't say this? How do you know he didn't say this? What's your
now? The reason why I know he didn't say it is because the one that asked you to read, Jesus didn't say it, because the Zechariah that was killed was not Zechariah, son of Berechiah. The person who wrote this is mixing two Zechariah, and
that's
Jesus
a lie.
That's
another lie.
You're lying.
That's another lie.
I'm lying. Go to the Second Chronicles chapter 24, verse 20.
Shakir, I know.
Zechariah that was murdered was Zechariah, son of
Hey, Shakir, I have no problem talking over you. I have a louder mic.
Shakir, it's very simple, my friend. It's either you answer this question or else I'm just going to have to move on because you're wasting my time. How do you know that Jesus didn't say these words in the verse that I brought to you? Stop running, please. Now you can speak.
I ask you, the verse you quoted, show me the reference. He said it is written. Where?
All right.
Whoops, I'm muted. If he's saying that Jesus did not say these words, he has to prove that Jesus did not say these words in that verse. Like, Shakir, man, you're not even that smart. I honestly thought he was going to use the John Fontaine argument when he started out.
Yeah, he was onto something, man. He started off very well. He started off very good. He admitted that the gospel, right? The gospel authors, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, that they're the ones who wrote the gospel of Jesus. Mm-hmm. He was very clear about that. He was very clear that the gospel accounts record historical information about Jesus, but also record the teachings of Jesus, which is the gospel message. Very good. Nice.
No, but
refuting every Muslim. I had to just mute you real quick, Chris. So I'm gonna mute you now. So beautiful. But then all of a sudden, when something pops up that he doesn't agree with in the red letters that Jesus teaches, all of a sudden, those words that are attributed to Jesus by Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, who I just said I do trust, I don't trust that they record Jesus' words accurately here. I don't believe they attributed these words to him. He didn't actually say this. How do you know? Go to Matthew real quick. Come on, man. All right. I see. Oz, you're a Muslim, right? Thumbs up if you're a Muslim. All right, beautiful.
He said earlier. Yeah, he said before he was a Muslim.
All right, cool. Welcome. How you doing? I see Ariel. I see that you're on camera. Ariel, can you put in the private chat if you're a Muslim? Ariel Covey. Can you put in the private chat if you're a Muslim or not? I see you got like a Hebrew background, so I know that a Muslim won't have a Hebrew background.
Hi guys, how's it going?
Jewish. Oh, you're Jewish. Well, listen, Ariel, come on Wednesday. I'm having a stream for Jews. On Wednesday. I'm having a stream strictly for Jews. This one is for Muslims specifically, okay? But come Wednesday, same time. Come Wednesday, and not a Hebrew Israelite, but yeah, for sure.
And I was going to say, like, and it would make more sense for Ariel to come Wednesday because that's the topic of the Jewish Messiah. This is about the Injeel. He doesn't even accept it anyway, right?
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, he says no. Okay. Yeah, so come on Wednesday, brother. Come on Wednesday, and that stream is strictly for Jews. All right. We ain't letting no means come in to interrupt. It's just the Christians and the Jews. All right, my brother. All right. Same time Wednesday. Okay. All right. What's going on, Oz?
Hey man, how's it going?
Pretty good.
That's good. Sorry, I don't have my camera on. It's morning here in Australia, so it's like 7, 8 a.m. So I'm very tired and yeah. So I apologize. But interesting discussion. In terms of the Injeel, can we just like have some foundation definitions and stuff? So in terms of the Injeel for Muslims, most Muslims believe it's one book. Okay, so that's how we view it. It's this one book, and the Injeel translates to the Greek word, I think it's called euangelion or something.
Yep.
Which means gospel, and gospel comes from the English word like good news, and that's a Latin word, which comes from the word the Greek word. So it means gospel for us, right? But your gospel is 4 books or 4 accounts. 4 accounts, yeah. 4 accounts. Okay, Matthew, Mark, Luke, etc. Right?
We only have one gospel.
Yes.
One gospel, but 4 accounts.
Correct.
Okay, so I think that's where the problem is coming, because I don't think Muslims they actually think it's a book that came to Jesus that is now lost. That's what we believe.
Yes.
So in terms of that, can you bring up the Matthew 5:17 if you have that or know that by heart?
Why?
I think that makes the claim for what Muslims.
But why would you go to Matthew 5:17 when you just said that the Injeel doesn't exist? Do you believe that the Injeel is contained inside of the 4 Gospels?
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Okay,
but I think.
Why would we go there if the Injeel isn't contained in there?
Because I want to bring up a Quranic verse which shows kind of the point that I'm going to make, but I would like to start off with your scripture first.
Yeah, but the problem is if you're going to start off with my scripture, it's not the Injeel. And
it's
that's our whole conversation today is about the Injeel, right?
Yeah, but if, for example, you take your Bible more authoritarian, like as a more source.
I don't want to jump the conversation over to something you don't consider to be the Injeel. We're talking about what is the Injeel today.
Okay,
so
no worries.
What is the Injeel to you as a Muslim?
All right. Well, then we'll look at the Quran first. Then, can you go to because I can read it out, but I would rather you see it.
Go ahead.
There's Quran 350.
Yep.
Surah Imran, which basically says that it's Jesus talking, and it says that, and I've come to confirm the truth of whatever there still remains of the Torah, and to make lawful.
He doesn't say of what still remains of the Torah. He says, I have come confirming that which was before me of the Torah.
Yes. Okay. Before, maybe different translation. Before me of the Torah. Right? And to make lawful to you some of the things which have been forbidden to you and have come to you with a sign from your Lord. So you should fear Allah and obey me. Surely Allah is my Lord and your Lord. So yes. So that's very similar to...
Well, let's go from this verse.
Yeah.
So from this verse here, it identifies the Injeel as what? It's going to confirm the Torah that came before it, correct?
Yes.
There's going to be commands in there.
Oh yeah, I guess yeah, in a way, yeah. Yep,
and what else is going to be in this Injeel according to that verse?
According to that verse, like what's forbidden to you and to obey.
There you go. So we should find in the Injeel what is forbidden to us and what is not forbidden to us, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. Excellent. So yeah, I would agree with you defining the Injeel that way. Is there any other verses that you wanted to go into the Quran to define the Injeel for us?
There's some other stuff, but I think this is a strong one in terms of like what Muslims are talking about in terms of our whole theology, which is that Jesus, peace be upon him, only is not coming with the message that the new Christians respectfully are coming with. It's kind of like the
I'm
previous
not talking about the Bible.
Yeah.
We'll put the Bible aside because you said that the Bible is not the Injeel, right? So we'll just set that aside. So this Injeel that you believe that was given to Isa, was it ever written down in history?
Was the Injeel ever written down in history?
That was given to Jesus. Yes.
Again, similar to the previous caller, or the one before, where he said, "I don't know." I feel like that's the same answer that I have, unfortunately.
Now, the previous caller said that the Injeel is in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, he would identify the red letters inside the gospel of being the Injeel. And I don't think you want to take his position.
No, I don't think I would take
But-
that. But there are phrases in the
just a second though, brother. In
Yes.
Surah 7, 157, we showed this to a few Muslims before, maybe you weren't here. It literally says in that verse that you can find Muhammad written in what they have with them of the Torah and of the Injeel.
That's interesting. Saying that Muhammad is predicted in the Bible?
Yes.
Yep, he's predicted in the Torah and the Injeel, the gospel, that they have with them. And that is
I've seen some people do that before, which is I haven't looked too deep into that, but I have heard that people do that.
Are you Muslim, Oz?
Yeah. I'm a Sufi Sunni Muslim. Yeah.
How long have you been a Muslim, Oz?
Pretty much my whole life. Yeah. But I've been around a lot of Christians.
Never realized Surah 7, 157 exists.
No, but in terms of like the claims that some Muslims make, it's a bit different. But there are stuff in the gospel, like for your viewers, there's like a lot of phrases around, like, the mustard seed in the gospel and Acts.
No, Oz, and that's totally cool. But remember, at the start of this conversation, you said the Injeel is not the New Testament, right?
It's not the New Testament.
Excellent. So let's put the New Testament aside, and let's not worry about the New Testament. Remember, I told you, let's put that aside. We only want to talk about the Injeel. So during the time of Muhammad, what Injeel did the Christians have at that time that they could find Muhammad in that is not the New Testament?
Okay, so in terms of that claim about like Muhammad and etc., in terms of in the Christian sources, I haven't looked too much into that. But what I do know is during the time of Muhammad, the scriptures of the Christians were being, I guess they were made by several people. So that's what I believe.
I know, but you keep trying to refer to the Bible being corrupted or something. But we went over this 2 or 3 times. You said that the New Testament is not the Injeel. So I said, okay, let's put the New Testament aside. Let's not talk about it, because really what we want to talk about is the Injeel. So we're going to go with what you say the Injeel is. So now we're showing you in your Quran that Allah revealed in Surah 7, 157 that at the time of Muhammad, the Christians at the time had an Injeel. And in the Injeel that they had in their hands at that time, they could find Muhammad in it. But you say that's not the New Testament, which is cool. We'll put the New Testament aside. But my question is, what is it then, if it's not the New Testament?
Well, that's what I'm saying. We're going in circles here, so I don't want to take too much of your time. But again, there was an Injeel. It's not here anymore. We don't have it. However, the Quran came to then affirm what came previously. That's
how can you know that we have it if you've never seen it?
No, because it was similar to like the Torah and the.
How do you know it was similar? How do you know it was similar if you've never seen it?
Yeah.
No, because it's affirmed by the prophets. They've said that we've come with a previous message that has come before and before. It's the same as Christianity. Like you as Christians, respectfully, you'll
talk about something circular, brother, and you just showed us a circular argument.
No, but
you said that I believe the Injeel, and we said, well, why do you believe that? Well, because the Quran says it. Well, where do we get that from the Quran? It's from the Quran.
No,
so
but
you get the
as Christian
of the Injeel from the Quran, but you believe that it's true because the Quran says so. Like,
Yeah, but as Christians, what would you tell to Jewish people who say that Jesus is not God? You would say the same argument that we've come
No.
with a new message.
No,
You wouldn't say we came
no.
previously.
no. We would go to the Hebrew scriptures and show them that the Messiah is God from them, even their own text.
100%.
So you go to the Hebrew scriptures.
Yeah, you're
How
about to see us do that on Wednesday.
I'm about to
All
say,
right,
how about you come
I'll
back
tune in on
Wednesday and
Wednesday.
watch it happen?
Yeah, I'll tune in on Wednesday. But no, thank you guys. Good conversation. I got to go to work, so I got to head off. But
Have a good day, man.
Yeah, have a
cheers,
good day,
guys.
brother.
Take care.
All right. We got Miss Donna Glow says, I lost face every time Avery goes live.
Ain't that the truth?
Man. Guys, we got 2,900 people watching. We got 2,900 people watching. We're back in the algorithm. We're back in business, y'all. You know, and that means that we got to get these likes up. We got to get these likes up. So, y'all, if you don't fear disobedience from the like button, don't smack it. Don't tap it. But if you think, if it crosses your mind that that like button might be rebellious in any sense, go ahead and hop to it on that like button, tap on it, hit it, smack it, or else we know something about you. Go ahead and hit that like button, guys. We're doing good. All right, so let's bring up our next guest here. We got
if you don't hit that like button, you may want Muhammad to hawk Tua. I'm just saying.
Just saying, man. Just saying. Pedro again says, since the Quran itself orders the death of Jews and Christians, Islam should not be considered a religion, but rather a terrorist and political group, and that all its mosques should be closed. Yeah, I think that Islam is a very dangerous religion and ideology, that if anyone takes it seriously and takes it to its true meaning, that yes, it is a terrorist movement. Absolutely.
Yep.
No doubt about
100%.
it. No doubt about it. I see support team from YouTube. I see you. You're driving. I'm gonna wait until you park, man. I'm gonna wait till you park because you might have some background noise and all that kind of stuff, dude. You think you're good?
Support team. We got the Muslim support team coming up.
Muslim support team coming out,
All
man.
right.
What's up, dude?
Yeah, what's going on? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, so I just want to see what's the claim that you guys are making today.
We're not making a claim. We're just asking a question. We're asking, what is the Injeel?
Mm-hmm.
So
Clearly,
far,
man, the Injeel, the Injeel is the revelation that was sent to Jesus.
Yeah, but what was that exactly?
It's the gospel that Jesus was preaching.
Again, what was that?
The gospel, yeah. So if you check Matthew, I think 4:21, I believe, where it says that Jesus went to Galilee and preaches the gospel. That's what we believe in.
Okay, so you're saying that in the New Testament that we have today, in Matthew's writing, for example, we have the gospel of Jesus?
Yeah, because Matthew and Mark, Luke, and John for us is just the biography, like the, like the life of Jesus. So it would have a little bit of statements, a little bit of sayings, quotation about Jesus, but we don't take them as the authentic, like revelation. The revelation that Muslims believe in is the gospel that Jesus himself was preaching.
Yeah, don't Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John record the gospel that Jesus was preaching?
Well, maybe like statements of him, but we don't really like value it that much because it's a biography. Yeah. Go ahead.
So it contains a biography of Jesus while also containing the message that Jesus preached, right?
You could say that. I mean, for your Christian, belief, but for us, we don't take it that way.
But that's what you said. You said when I asked you what was the gospel, you said you referred to Matthew chapter 4 that records Jesus preaching the gospel.
Yeah.
So this is what you did. You even appealed to Matthew's writing. So I'm saying that even though Matthew's writing and Luke and Mark and the rest would be biographies of Jesus, but they also contain the gospel message of Jesus, right?
But not all of it. I mean, obviously, if I'm reading the book of Matthew, Luke, and John, I'm gonna filter them through the Quran, right? So because I'll filter it through Quran. Like I'll look at the Quran because Quran clearly says it's superior than these books. Muhaiminan.
No, it doesn't. Muhammad means guardian, not superior.
Muhaiminan. Bro, I speak Arabic.
Good. So
Muhaiminan means,
you should know Muhammad means guardian.
No, not guardian. Muhaiminan. Muhaiminan is like superior. That's the real definition of Muhaiminan.
No, it's not.
Yeah, logic. No, I know Arabic. Muhaiminan.
Well, okay, so then why do I mean when I go to the Islamic scholars, they say Muhammad, like Yusuf Ali, Corruptibility, Jalalain, Tabari, they talk about how Muhammad means to be a witness or a guardian, a protector of something. Not superior.
Muhaiminan is superior. Muhaiminan, like
Well,
yeah. So yeah, I think that the point here is Muhaiminan means superior. That's number one. Number two is
guardian. No, see, again, you're just trying to say that Yusuf Ali disagree with you. Jalalain, the two Jalals, they disagree with you. Corruptibility and Tabari, they disagree with you. These are Islamic scholars. Are you Sunni?
100% Sunni, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
These are Sunni scholars that disagree with your definition of Muhammad. They say it's a guardian, protector, witness over the previous.
What would Mubariz mean?
So say again.
What is Mubariz?
What?
So it would spell Mubariz. What does that say?
Is that in Quran? Because I'm not understanding. I mean, your English is kind of like
that's the Arabic word for superior.
No, Muhaimin. Muhaimin is superior, and another word could be. Yeah, I think Muhaimin. If you ask any Arabic person, what is the definition of Muhaimin?
We asked Yusuf Ali. We asked the two Jalals.
I mean, I would appreciate if you can.
We asked Tabari.
I would appreciate if you can share like the entire tafsir, not just like pick and choose.
What do you mean pick and choose? I'm showing you what they say it means. That's what I'm telling
you. Yeah, I mean, I will definitely, because I read the tafsir of Ibn Kathir, I read the tafsir of At-Tabari and Muhaiminan, and even if you ask any,
you said you read Tabari?
Yeah.
And what does Tabari say? Because I just quoted
Muhaiminan is superior book than that. Like it's
show me.
Like it's over. Like the authority of Quran is over the previous revelation.
Yeah, show me where Tabari says that.
Yeah, look at it. Let me send you the link.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to look it up because I'm driving right now. But I'm gonna. You can even look it up on the internet.
I know. I have. That's my point.
Yeah, look it up.
You're missing.
We already have Muhammad means means guardian.
Yeah, you see here At-Tabari Muhaiminan. Let me see the translation here.
It means guardian. I know that you want to try to make it seem like it's superior. Or
can you like share the screen? Sheikh Logic. Sheikh Logic. That's a nice name.
Hey, give me 1 second.
I'm going to ask you a question, Jesus ain't
Go
God.
ahead.
If you are going to write the word superior down in Arabic, how would you say it? And how would you spell it?
So one of the words is Muhaimin. Muhaimin means...
just a second.
Yeah.
If you're going to write the word superior down on a piece of paper, what is the word that you're going to use?
Superior. So a'la. That's a word. Superior. Something is a'la. Alongside that, Muhaimin. Muhaimin is like, even I think one of the name of God is Muhaimin, because he is the
if you were going to write the word guardian down on paper, what word would you use?
So guardian would be hakam. Guardian, like someone who's guarding, like hakam. It's not Muhaimin.
All right, let's read what Tabari says. Regarding Muhaimin, Allah says that he brought down the book to you, O Muhammad, believing in the books that came before it, and
Yeah.
a witness to them, the previous scriptures, that they are the truth from Allah, faithful to them and a protector to them. The root of Haimana means to protect and watch over. That is why it is said when a man watches over something and protects it, he has Haimana over it.
Yeah.
The present form of the verb yuhaimin and the noun is Haimana. Based on what we have mentioned, the people of interpretation have differed in their explanation of this word. For some said it means to be a witness. So, and then he starts quoting those who start saying that it means witness. Tabari here says Muhammad means to be a witness to them, a faithful watcher and protector to the scriptures, not superior. Where are you getting that from?
It's okay. I mean, that's the Tabari, what he says, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And the word Muhaymin itself, it's superior. Okay. And even if I want to go with this logic here, even if I see what Tabari says with witness.
So is Tabari wrong?
I mean, I see him as a great scholar, obviously, you know.
Is he wrong?
In his tafsir? Obviously,
Yes,
you have to like read the entire
is he wrong when he says Muhammad means to be a protector and witness over the previous scriptures? Is he wrong?
Okay. So even if we go with his like wording, you know, the way how he's mentioning that it's a witness over the previous scriptures.
Is he wrong?
No. But if we go with the interpretation that you share right now,
then he's correct.
No. Yeah. No.
I'm confused. Is he right or is he wrong, bro? Which one is
He's right. He's right. Yeah.
So then you were wrong. So you were wrong when you said it means superior, because Tabari doesn't say that, right?
What did the Tabari say? He says that it's a witness over the previous revelation.
Yes, not superior over the previous scriptures. It's a witness to the previous scriptures. It's a protector over the previous scriptures. That's what he says it means. So you were wrong by saying it means superior, right?
No, it's very clear, brother. It's Muhaiminan, and you know, like even if you look at any,
you're wasting my time.
Yeah, at that point, like when he started stuttering, he should have said, "You know what? I didn't read Tabari properly," because he was caught right there, and he could have said, "I'm sorry, I didn't read Tabari properly. You're right. Let's continue the conversation," and we would have continued the conversation.
Yep. I guys, as Chris just laid out very perfectly, and so I'm gonna say this for my guests that are waiting. You guys are seeing how these conversations go. You see how long a person lasts when they're honest and we're able to get from point A to point B. You see how short the conversation is when a person is dishonest and they're lying in our faces and wasting our time. So please, I am asking very nicely, very kindly, and generously. I want to hear from you. I want to have an extended conversation with you. Don't BS me, man. Don't lie in my face. Don't be dishonest. Don't waste my time. I know it's a lot that I'm asking for, you know, considering the audience who I'm talking to. But I'm just man to man, human being to human being. Aside from religion, be honest and don't waste my time. That's all I ask. Okay? Is that fair, Imam?
I think it's fair. Okay. And I just want to point out as well, if you notice, everybody saw when Avery was over on the Muslim Cowboys live, when there was Muslim Cowboy, Bumsy, and Hamza up there, and how none of them would let Avery talk at all. And they kept muting him, wouldn't let him talk. But what's happening today? There's me and Logic up here. When I'm having a discussion with a Muslim, Logic is staying muted. He's letting me cook. And then when he's having a discussion with a Muslim, I'm letting him cook and I'm staying muted. So we're not jumping on the Muslim. We're having honest conversations as people should.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Also, guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Let me go ahead and read a couple of these super chats that I may have missed. Oh, got to read this one out. Ed G says, Christ is king. Alhamdulillah.
Yeshua Akbar.
Yeshua Akbar, that's right. Yeshua Akbar. Let's say Josh says Ben 10 probably has the Islamic Injeel. Oh man, only real ones know.
You might.
DJ, our brother in the original Quran only Christian faith, says, "Come on, Muslims, we're people of the book, not people of the waffle."
That's right.
And so Roberto was saying about the past about Shakir. He was saying this Muslimin is a Christian. Oh man. Let me answer this one. Blind Guy Tries says, "I'm a traditionalist Catholic looking to engage in Christian and Muslim apologetics. Thanks to you. Where's a good place to get started?" Well, a good place to get started, I would say, is one, the Bible. Make sure you understand the Bible. Make sure you understand your doctrine, understand the deity of Christ. Understand and be able to articulate the deity of Christ, salvation, the incarnation, etc. Have that solid, have that foundation set. Then you can go into, when it comes to Islam, I would say the very first thing that you should start is, what do you think I'm going to say, Chris?
I think you're going to start with the Injeel or Jesus being Muslim, one of the two.
Okay. Well, you're right on your first thing. Is what the Quran says about the Bible. Start there. When you're talking about addressing Islam, learn what the Quran says about the Bible. This is called the Islamic dilemma. Learn that to a T. Make that second nature, like what we're doing today. The Islamic dilemma. This is a variation of the Islamic dilemma, right? The Quran says the Bible's true. The Quran says the Bible's preserved, and it's valid, inspired revelation of God that is there in the time of Muhammad for Christians to judge by, read, recite, and all of that. Okay? Learn the Quran on those verses. Learn those verses. Learn that topic, even Hadith. Start there. And then, the Lord will lead you the rest. Hope that answers your question, my brother.
Amen. And the only thing that I would say is Avery give you the best advice that you could have. And the reason why I want to say that is you need to be grounded in the gospel and in the word first. We don't want to send people like the Bumsies out there. We don't want to send people like the Hamzas out there to debate Muslims. Right. We want our Christian apologists to be firm in their faith and then go out and do this.
Yeah, exactly. Super chat here from Conflict Ortiz. He says, "It's crazy that a black man and a white man is teaching Arabic to an Arab."
I love Conflict Ortiz. That's our Grand Mufti. What's up, Ortiz?
Man, that's what I'm talking about. Nick Martin was like, "Muslim crybaby. Hamza, excuse me. Muslim land turd, and Yusuf Fuli." Man, you guys, y'all, man, y'all tough on here. All right, so I got enough time for another guest. Let's go ahead, Emmy. I see that you got your camera on, so I'm gonna let you go on up.
Ooh, lucky you had the camera today.
How you doing?
Good evening. Yeah,
good evening.
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. I'm pretty good, my friend. How are you?
I'm good. Okay. I don't know if I was meant to be asked some questions, so I just jump into it.
Yeah. What's the Injeel, brother?
Okay. From the Islamic paradigm, we believe that the Injeel is being revealed to Jesus Christ, or the Son of Mary, precisely. So it's just revelation being revealed.
Okay. Do you believe it was written down?
There's no evidence to show if it was actually being written down word for word or how it was being written down. Well, we can believe that maybe
the Quran says it was written down.
Word for word.
Oh yeah, it says the Injeel was written.
Yep.
It says it was written.
Yeah.
Which verse is that, please?
Yeah, I'll pull it up. It's chapter 7, verse 157. Amazing.
Ayat 157.
Yeah. And now, amazingly, the translators of this particular version of the Quran, they actually reference our Bible that we have today, interestingly enough. But let me go ahead and show you this. So this is chapter 7, verse 157. It says, those who follow the messenger, the prophet who can neither read nor write, whom they find written with them in the Torah and the gospel. Now, I'm just, that the other part has nothing to do with this, but so yeah, so the gospel, according to this verse of the Quran and the Torah, both of them were written.
No, that's not what I said. You said word for word. I never said it was written partially or not. That was not what I said.
Partially.
I said we don't. There's no evidence to show if it was like the Quran. Basically, now we can say okay, it was word for word. We can say okay, the Hadith has some of the Quran verses and some. Well, there's no evidence to show. You asked me what do I believe if it was written. I said there's no evidence to show if it was written word for word.
So is the Quran lying here?
You know, it says they will find that people follows the they will find written with them in the Torah like this. They will find his name being written down there. So I don't think they actually did find his name written in it. So I don't think the Quran was referring to the one.
That would mean that the Quran is false since Muhammad is not found in the Torah. But
No,
it also says
the one with them is not it.
It also says they'll find them in the gospel, right? That's written.
Yeah, if it says that means the Quran is giving a criteria for what he revealed to the prophet. So far it says the name will be found in it. So if the name is not found in it, then that means it's not referring to that.
No, if his name is not found in it, that means the Quran is false. If I were to write a book and I said that my name, that I'm found in the Quran, but you, Emmy, you check your Quran and you don't find Avery mentioned there, does that mean that I'm not referring to your Quran?
If that's the criteria you used, like if you say, okay, in my Quran, I will see.
Look, follow the example. I'm writing a book. In my book, I said, in the Quran, you will find Avery written in there. My name's Avery. You'll find Avery written in the Quran. And you check the Quran and you don't find Avery written there. Does that mean that that's the wrong Quran that you're reading?
Are you the one who gave the Quran? If you're the writer of the Quran and you says, if I look into the Quran, I will find your name in it. And I look into the Quran, I can't see your name. Then
all right, we're just gonna go ahead and wrap it up there.
The word that I sent you a super chat, I thought maybe you would have, maybe you saw it. Maybe that's why you dropped them.
Let me see. We talked to Emmy on Life's Live the other day. He was defending pedophilia. Remember, Logic? Wow, I don't. It's not ringing a bell. Let me try to see. I got a little bit of time, so let me see. Try to get somebody up who can follow.
Hello.
How you doing? How do I Ubaydullah?
Ubaydullah.
Just say the Muslim, bro. It's fine.
The Muslim.
Muslim.
Yeah. How you guys doing, man?
You know the question. What is the Injeel?
It's a revelation given to Jesus by the Almighty.
Sweet. Was it written down?
I don't think so.
Were you guys not paying? Like you were here this entire time. Were you not paying attention?
Who, me?
Yeah.
To what?
Have you not listened to the live stream in the last
I
5
said
minutes?
no.
He said paying attention to what?
I said, if you listen, I said that Jesus did not write down the gospel.
All right, here it is.
It was a revelation told by oral tradition.
Look. 7157 says the Injeel was written. Those who follow the messenger, who can neither read or write, who they find written with them in the Torah and the gospel. Okay.
Where's the gospel? It says told Torah.
It says
Keep
the Torah
reading.
and the gospel.
Where's the? Wait, let me see.
Keep reading.
Right here. And the gospel.
The Injeel, the gospel.
Okay, yeah, it says that. Yeah.
All right, beautiful. So the Injeel was written down.
Yeah. Okay.
Who wrote
I
it?
see. Okay, what's the point though?
Who wrote that mug, man?
Who wrote it?
I see your point. The disciples, right?
We're asking you.
I would say the followers of Jesus.
Oh,
okay, good. You agree with us that the disciples of Jesus would have wrote down the gospel. Awesome.
For sure.
All right. So we believe that we have the gospel of Jesus written by the disciples, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and
Okay,
John.
so what would be your evidence for that?
The Quran affirms it.
What do you mean? Affirms in what way though?
You just affirmed it.
Yeah, you just affirmed it that the disciples of
No,
Jesus. were
okay,
written
I
down.
believe. No, you corrected me. I accept my mistake. That in the sense that the Injeel was written down by the followers of Jesus, but the Injeel that you have today, what chain of narration, what historical evidence do you have that links back to Jesus in the first
Wait.
place?
What chain of narration or historical evidence do you have of this Injeel that you're talking
I don't
about?
have none.
Okay. So how do you are you rejecting that Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John wrote the Gospel of Jesus?
Well, when you say the disciples that you know today, what evidence do you have that the
That's
said
what I'm at.
disciples?
Are you? I just want to know. Are you rejecting it? Are you rejecting that Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John wrote the Injeel?
Yeah, for sure. The one
Okay.
that we have today,
Uh-huh.
said disciples, quote unquote disciples. We have no evidence that when we look at.
Okay, got you. So what we do, but that's fine. I'll go with you. So we have manuscripts from the 2nd century all the way up that of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John's writings. But you're saying they're not the ones who wrote this Injeel.
Okay, so that's what I'm asking. What would you?
Wait, hold on. Let me finish. Which is fine. So you're rejecting that Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John wrote it. No worries. But I asked you, then who wrote it?
Like I said, the followers of Jesus.
Who?
But
who are they?
Yeah, I don't have enough evidence or Quranic scripture to claim that.
So how do you know that Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John didn't write it then?
That's what I'm asking. Do you have, if you prove to me from your evidence, from your chain of narrations, from your historical evidence, that these said people,
the burden of proof is not upon me; it's upon you, because
what
you're
do you
rejecting that Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John wrote it. You reject.
Yeah, but if you claim, right, my bad. If you claim that said scripture is true, like the Quran we believe, it's upon you to prove to me that said disciples that you claim to be the disciples of Jesus are actually the disciples.
The Quran already says it's true, so we're past that.
Yes, I'm not denying that, my brother, but I'm saying, look, you're saying that said disciples like Luke, Mark, Luther,
Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
Yes, you said this. So these said disciples. How do you know? What evidence do you have that said disciples?
Again, you're just trying to shift the burden upon me when the burden is on you, because you're rejecting that Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John wrote it. So my question to you was, and still is, how do you know that Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John did not write it?
So wait a minute. You're providing from your scripture, right? Said disciples are actually the disciples of Jesus, and you're telling me.
We're not making any claims. We're just questioning your assertions. That's all we're doing.
Right, but my assertion is, but said disciples, you're asking me, how can I disprove that said disciples were actually not the disciples of Jesus, right?
That's not
so what are you asking in the first place?
I'll ask it again. I'll ask it one last time.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
Would you like me to ask him?
Try it. Maybe
because maybe I heard it, right? So you're saying that we don't know Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John wrote anything, but you're saying the disciples of Jesus wrote the Injeel, right?
Yes, but that's what I'm asking.
What evidence do you have, and who were they?
Well,
I don't have any.
Specifically this. Look, he says he doesn't have any evidence.
Yes.
So when you don't have any evidence, how can you reject the authors that we have if you have no evidence?
You don't have evidence also.
No, don't say that. But let's just even grant that we don't. Let's grant that I also don't have evidence that Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John wrote the gospel, wrote the Injeel.
Yep.
So that means that you can't reject them, though, right? Because you don't have any evidence to reject them. You just have to say you don't know, right?
Yes, of course. Yeah, okay, I see.
Okay, so then so just from this point forward, and we got to go in a little minute. I got to go get a haircut, but so from where we got to the point where you no longer reject that Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John wrote the gospel. You just don't know if they did or not, right?
Okay, yeah, that was my point in the first place.
All right, cool. Listen, let's continue this because I do have to go. Let's continue. Come on my stream later on this week if you can. I'll be live again Friday and possibly Thursday as well.
Okay, can I ask you a question though?
I don't have time, but I do have to
just 1 second. Will you have a stream up on discussing textual criticism?
Say that again.
Ube, I'll open up a live stream Thursday night talking about textual criticism if you'd like.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll have the Black Doctor with me.
Who the hell is that?
You'll find out.
You'll meet him.
All right, but
See.
hey, Ube, thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate you.
Thank you, bro. Thank you for having me.
All right, guys. So we got to the point where we heard that Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John are or do contain the gospel of Jesus, that they wrote the gospel of Jesus down. We got that from a Muslim. We got from other Muslims that they don't have any evidence of any authorship of this Injeel, and therefore cannot reject that Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John wrote the gospel. So we got there. Now they're ambiguous upon, or I'm not ambiguous, excuse me. They're agnostic about that now. So we've got to a good place where Muslims are, well, some of them are finally now starting to no longer reject that Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John are the authors of the gospel of Jesus. All right. So we're in some pretty interesting place. We're going to keep this going for a minute. We're going to keep, hey, what you got to say, Imam?
Well, this is beautiful, because now once we can get them to acknowledge that the apostles were the ones that penned down the Injeel, then we can show them the chain of authorship that we have of the information that we have.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Amen. All right. So we got standard follower of Jesus who says, here for your haircut, mate. Thanks. I appreciate it. I appreciate the donation for the grooming. We got yeah, got to get that line up, man. Injeel is mentioned 12 times in the Quran, yet no Muslim can tell us what the Injeel is. Jizya is mentioned one time, yet every Muslim knows what it is. Quran is an extortion manual to be used on people seeking God. Man, what a bar.
And he's right. He's 100% right too, and it's funny.
Not wrong about that at all. Blazed Gaming says, will you do a live for Christians who may have questions soon? Yes, I just did one last week, and I'll do one again. Within the coming week. Within the coming week, I'll do one again, Blaze. So look out for that. And let me get this one. Right Side TV. Salam al-Masih. Technical question. How do you cast your TikTok live onto StreamYard live stream for YouTube? I want to stream on both platforms simultaneously. God bless. The best way that I could say to do that would be using EasyCast. It's like a purple thing that you download both on your phone and on your computer or PC or whatever you're using. Okay, so you want to use EasyCast, and then with StreamYard you'll just share your screen. Okay, but EasyCast is a way that you can do both, and without the lag, without any trouble like that. Okay, so EasyCast. All right. Anything coming up, Chris?
Well, we had a huge week last week on the one-way apologetics thing. We've been very active over there, and we keeping the activity going on over there.
Yeah.
So as you know, I will open up this week on Thursday for the textual criticism discussion. I think that's going to be a good one with me and the Black Doctor up there answering questions on that, especially when we have Muslims now accepting the apostles as being the writers. Mm-hmm. But come Friday, we are going to start my Friday live stream. Should I give it away yet, or should I make them wait for the promotional video?
Wait for the promotion.
Okay.
But just let them know, so you'll be live on Friday.
Yes, I will be live on Friday. And if y'all check out One Way Apologetics by noon tomorrow, high noon, you will see why we will be live on Friday.
Yeah. All right, guys. Also, Life is about to go live right now. He's about to do a review on the conversation I had with Hamza this morning. So he's gonna be reacting to it. Not really review, but he's gonna be reacting because he hasn't seen it yet. So he's gonna be doing a reaction to it. So go ahead and check that out. Matter of fact, everybody should fall on over there right now. And we're about to get out of here. But last but not least, guys, so yeah, head over to Life's channel, head over to God Logic 2.0. He's about to react to the conversation I had with Hamza where I lasted 7 minutes on stage with him, but all the other Christians had all the time in the world. But I love it for that. But guys, for a while, you know, we've been asking this question. We've been bringing up this argument. We've been having debates on it, and the Muslims, the best of them, cannot deal with it. They cannot answer this. They cannot face this. And we're going to continue to press them. So I want you guys also to press the Muslims on this particular question.